Chaos erupted in the courtroom today as the unthinkable happened. Diddy's own words, captured on a secret recording, echoed through the speakers for everyone to hear. And let's just say, it flipped the entire case on its head. No one saw this bombshell coming. The moment the audio played, the room fell into a deafening silence. You could feel the tension in the air. Witnesses say Diddy's face drained of all color, his expression frozen as he listened to his own voice, words that could very well be the final nail in his coffin. According to insider reports, this leaked audio came from what Diddy believed were private, off-the-record conversations. But today, those very words became evidence against him, and they might just seal his fate.
Audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Holmes, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault. The music mogul is not accused of sexual assault in the lawsuit, but is included over allegations of liability and aiding and abetting.
Audio from a makeshift recording studio on the yacht where the alleged assault occurred is cited in the lawsuit. This is the most recent in a string of legal actions brought against the businessman and rap mogul. The father and son both refute the accusations made against them.
CNN national correspondent Camila Bernal joining me live with details on this. Camila, what more are you learning?
Hey, Fred. So in this audio that CNN has listened to, you can specifically hear the accuser who alleges that she was being forced to take this tequila shot that she believed was laced with drugs. And in the audio, you can hear her asking Christian Combs if she was being drugged.
A secret audio allegedly shows Diddy making shocking words concerning the allegations against him. When the audio played in court, the entire room froze and gasped. Even the judge, who had remained composed throughout the proceedings, became noticeably shaken. The recording was so incriminating that Diddy's legal team scrambled to decide out their next action. And source described the courtroom mood as electric, with everyone hanging on every terrifying phrase from the audio. But what exactly was on the explosive audio? What's causing this industry-wide ripple effect? Diddy has been attempting to control the narrative by vigorously denying the allegations for months. But with this new revelation, might everything be about to unravel?
Just to put things into perspective, the accuser was a crew member on the yacht. She was a bartender, and she says that shortly after this incident with the shot, she says she was cornered in a room. She says things became aggressive and physical, and then says that Christian Combs forced himself on her, and then says that it wasn't until another employee on the yacht came into this room that the abuse that she is alleging in this 31-page lawsuit stopped. And
what he's saying is defendant Sean Combs turned what was sold as a wholesome family excursion, the barsh, into a hedonistic environment. It resulted in an unexpected increase in workload for her and for her colleagues, as well as unwanted exposure to unlawful drug use, artwork, and general chaos, dismissing the allegations and declaring the case against him unfounded. But with this recently discovered audio, everything has changed. According to sources, this is no ordinary recording. This is damning. This is undeniable. And now, legal experts think Diddy may have squandered his last chance to go free. Social media has erupted with reactions to the released audio, with hashtags such as Diddy, audio leak, and courtroom mayhem trending globally.
partially because he was leasing that yacht. Now, he is not accused of sexual assault, but he is accused in this lawsuit of liability and aiding and abetting because he was the one renting the yacht. Now, his attorney, or actually the attorney for both men, also speaking out and denying these allegations, saying this.
This complaint is rife with fabrications and unrelated information. We intend to submit a motion to have this ludicrous allegation dismissed. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out in court, whether it goes to trial or is settled at some time, as was the case with a prior lawsuit, because they have reiterated that they will fight this and that they are innocent in all of this.
Again, we'll have to wait and see what happens as Diddy and his son continue to say they're innocent, and the victims here continue to say that they were assaulted, Fred.
And so while music mogul...
Critics are calling the tapes a smoking gun that could finally bring justice to his accusers. while fans of the music tycoon are expressing astonishment and incredulity. The disclosures have rekindled discussions over Diddy's guilt or innocence, and many people are wondering how the case will turn up in light of the new information. As fans analyze every second of the leaked recording and make predictions about Diddy's future, memes, tweets, and videos are all over the internet. As the tape played, the courtroom was in complete disarray.
Diddy's legal team continuing what seems like a clear strategy now, which is to put the prosecutors and the system on trial here and shift focus away from the things that Diddy allegedly did.
By the way, it worked in the O.J. Simpson case.
There is a track record of this working. The latest thing they've filed now is questioning the search warrants that got federal agents permission to raid his homes in Beverly Hills and in Miami.
Whispers, gasps, and shocked looks from onlookers. Diddy's own lawyers appeared to be taken by surprise as well. According to one insider, they were frantically going over their case files, clearly disturbed by the unexpected change in circumstances. What is on the recording then? Let's examine this story's development in more detail. After a slew of accusations that have shook the music business, Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, was taken into custody and charged earlier this year. The case has been one of the most widely followed court cases in recent years, and the charges vary from workplace harassment to more serious allegations of assault.
3 alleged victims so far that they've named in the indictment.
Right.
Although they're anonymous at this point. We know that one of them is Cassie. But if that video that they obtained is not admissible, that could change this case immensely, and I would think greatly improve Diddy's chances of winning.
Yeah, look around. After all, the evidence the prosecution acquired centered on the raids, which helped them assemble their case. So if they win this move to suppress all that material, it really would offer a sort of insurmountable hurdle for the prosecutors to bring their case. Though I suppose it's a long shot, they're saying that the evidence put forth in these warrant requests presented a grossly distorted picture of reality, and that it didn't present a full picture of what Diddy was doing. Whether some of the people who are accusing him maybe had a financial incentive, maybe some of those accusers willingly participated in freak-offs, but I'm not convinced you need all of the evidence to condemn somebody to just get a warrant. All you need is probable cause. And I think they probably had enough here.
Diddy has continuously refuted the claims, claiming they are untrue and disparaging. However, the audio leak has seriously called into question his assertions. According to reports, the tapes, which were acquired via a mix of private investigations and legal discovery, contain exchanges in which Diddy allegedly confesses to inappropriate behavior and talks about actions that are directly related to the accusations. According to reports, the audio leak includes important information, possibly even confessions, that directly contradicts Diddy's prior claims.
You just need, is there evidence of a crime in there or suspicion to believe as much, and that's what was the basis for the raids.
And at the end of the day, you're still going to have Cassie on the stand. Even if you can't admit that evidence from the raids, you still have Cassie telling her story.
And she's going to be so important here because, look, we know that one of the things that is going to be a centerpiece of Diddy's defense is he's going to say Cassie was a willing participant in numerous freak-offs. So you've got that, but then you got to juxtapose that with the video of Diddy beating Cassie as she was trying to leave one of the freak-offs. So that's going to be tough for them.
Yeah.
I think that it's time for Diddy to get off the mat because he's been on the mat the whole time. So I think this is the best thing he can do is go ahead and swing some punches now. And it's been used before, so I think it'll work for him, or at least for right now. We'll see what happens later.
If proven authentic, this recording could serve as undeniable evidence against him. Some legal experts speculate that prosecutors are executing a calculated strategy, deliberately tightening the noose to leave Diddy with no way out. Earlier today, the courtroom was gripped as the explosive audio was played, marking a potential turning point in the case. One particularly unsettling excerpt captures Diddy speaking about actions that eerily align with the accusations leveled against him. Beyond that, the recordings expose a version of Diddy that the public has never witnessed before, shattering his carefully crafted image.
John Diddy Combs' attorney is in a new court filing seeking to suppress evidence in his trafficking case. The music mogul's lawyers challenging the legality of the search warrants that investigators used. Combs has denied wrongdoing and pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. Our ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Kaczorski has been following this, and he joins us from our New York newsroom. So, Aaron, we know that Combs' lawyers say these search warrant applications presented, quote, grossly distorted picture of reality. I know this filing was heavily redacted here, but did they offer up any more specifics about how they argue that was done?
One that runs counter to his meticulously constructed persona as a prosperous businessman and philanthropist. Legal professionals are referring to the tapes as a game changer, implying that if they are played in court, they might result in a conviction. Although the court presiding over the lawsuit has not yet decided whether the tape is admissible, Diddy's reputation may already have suffered irreparable harm. Diddy was obviously upset. He shook his head and muttered something under his breath when the tape played, according to sources inside the courtroom.
Some accounts, some rather salacious accounts, his attorney said, from an unnamed producer that the defense says just wasn't credible. And taken together, it gave the magistrate judge a distorted picture of the case. Federal prosecutors are undoubtedly going to challenge this. They have not responded yet, but they'll do so in court papers.
Interesting. And we also know that one of Combs' attorneys is stepping away from this case, a stunning move there. What do we know about that?
Yeah, Anthony Rico asked last week to be removed from the case. He did not give a reason, although he said under no circumstance could he continue to represent.
Clearly panicked. Is it because he never thought this recording would come to light? Fans are split, and social media is already popping with emotions. According to some, this is a setup, and the audio may have been misinterpreted. According to others, this demonstrates Diddy's ongoing deceit. Diddy's friends and allies have defended him quickly, claiming that the recordings are fake and misinterpreted. They maintain that Diddy is the target of a smear campaign intended to damage his legacy and reputation.
It was a circus. He did whatever he wanted, and we were just at his disposal.
Phil Pines was Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021. He alleges his then boss urged him to purchase supplies for gatherings dubbed Wild King Nights.
We usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, ketamine, Molly. Those requests started to become more frequent.
Pines believes many of these parties involved younger ladies.
A lot of times you would have him with a younger female, and there's a power dynamic there. A more impressionable girl is easier to reel in. Consent is between the people that are engaging, and I wasn't there in these situations to understand the consent.
The new interview, part of Investigation Discovery's docuseries, The Fall of Diddy.
My job is to shield his private life.
Others with knowledge of the case, however, believe the tape is reliable and might significantly affect the verdict. As he sat in court, clearly rattled by the revelations, Diddy's emotional toll was clear. He was pale and trembling, according to one witness, which is a long cry from the self-assured and affable person the public is accustomed to seeing. Here's where it becomes even more startling, though. There may be more audio leaks than this one. The possibility of further recordings, possibly even worse than this one, is now being hinted to by insiders.
Returning to the litigation, quote, Doe began to drift in and out of consciousness. He was aware of what was happening, but unable to stop it. From there, John Doe alleges he was with Sean Combs in the nightclub's back room. The allegation continues. He was unable to stop the assault on him. He was defenseless. To this day, Doe has dreams about being in the back room of the nightclub, watching Combs take him from behind. Doe reported experiencing pain in his bottom and lower body after waking up in his apartment with his brother and buddies the following morning. Combs's assault caused Doe to suffer agony, mental anguish, bodily impairment, and emotional misery. The contact continues to embarrass and bring humiliation to Doe. That is significant in terms of harm and damages, as I will discuss shortly, but the complaint continues because to Combs' power and notoriety, as well as Doe's own embarrassment and shame.
Diddy's legal team will have an insurmountable challenge if those are made public. Prosecutors are apparently stepping up their efforts and intend to utilize this fresh evidence to demand even more severe punishments. This is more than just Diddy's narrative. It concerns the more general questions of authority and responsibility in the entertainment sector. The audio leak has spurred crucial discussions regarding the treatment of abuse victims and the ability of the justice system to unearth the truth.
There are various reasons why victims hesitate to come forward sooner, beyond just the identity of the accused. And when the individual in question isn't just anyone, but someone as powerful and important as Sean Combs, speaking out becomes much more scary. The sheer weight of Combs' reputation in the music industry, his connections, his influence, it all creates an unseen barrier that keeps people mute. For many, standing up wasn't an option, until others did. Now let's be clear, these are claims, not proved facts. Combs has not been found accountable in any of these situations. In the perspective of the law, he is innocent until proven guilty, and he has repeatedly denied every claim brought against him. His legal staff has been solid in their attitude. In response to this latest complaint, they made a statement, once again rejecting the claims. They stated, "Mr. Combs cannot and will not respond to every publicity stunt, especially when the charges are not only absurd, but obviously wrong. He and his legal team remain fully confident in the facts and trust the integrity of the justice system. The truth will come out. Mr. Combs has never assaulted or trafficked anyone, whether man or woman, adult or juvenile." This response reflects what has been said following every case brought against him, a continuous and steadfast denial. But when additional accusations arise, the real issue becomes, will the truth ever fully come to light?
While some contend that Diddy's predicament is a direct result of his alleged activities, others are advocating for reforms to guarantee that all available information is carefully examined. Many have questioned if Diddy's money and prominence have protected him from accountability for an extended period of time, and the case has also brought attention to the role of privilege and influence in the legal system. And here's the thing, Diddy's old colleagues are suddenly speaking up. While some say they have been warning people about Diddy for years, others say they are not shocked by the tape release.
But what's interesting is that in Lil Rod's lawsuit, he actually has photos, like screenshots of a recording of Justin Combs, and he says it's allegedly with a worker. Do you think that part is incriminating too, that the feds may be looking at that recording?
I do. And during Combs' initial appearance before the new judge, Subramanian, there was some discussion of this, and Christian and Justin were in court as well, supporting their father. But the feds were talking about the 96 different electronic devices they seized and the terabytes and terabytes of data. Now,
what comes next then? According to legal experts, Diddy's defense team will likely mount a fierce case and question the recording's veracity. However, the harm may already be done with such material in the open. One question looms huge as the investigation progresses. Crack, what will Diddy do next? Will his legal team be able to refute the leaked tape, or will it result in a conviction? What effects will this shocking discovery have on his legacy and career?
things that happen behind closed doors, right? Could be at a home, could be at a hotel. In this case, could be on a yacht. And usually there aren't a whole lot of witnesses to it. So you will have a he said, she said type situation in many, many cases. Well, a recording can really change that narrative because, again, it can really corroborate the story of one side or the other.
As the world waits to see how this drama will play out, all eyes are currently on the courtroom. According to legal experts, the audio might be the decisive element in the case, changing public perception and possibly even the judge's ruling. Diddy's crew is allegedly working nonstop to refute the devastating information, but the path ahead appears to be getting harder. Not to mention that Diddy's reputation is already in ruins. Reportedly, major brands are severing their connections.
After everyone saw them in handcuffs. So what do you make of the remarks of Misa Hilton? What do you make of the fact of what Sean Combs' son posted on Instagram, and also the timing of the Grace O'Markey lawsuit?
Yeah, so first of all, about Misa Hilton's statement, all I have to say is cry me a river, to say that this has anything to do with race when Bernie Madoff's entire family was decimated by his, grift and Ponzi scheme that he was running on the New York elite.